morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you and welcome back to the Beat Up Plans. We've returned to play another little bit of Hearthstone. Now, I have more than 1,000 gold, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of you would think that I would be entering the Heroic Tavern Brawl for this video. And to that, my answer is no. Why is that? Well, there are several reasons for that. Let me first explain what is Heroic Tavern Brawl very shortly. Well, you pay 1,000 gold in order to enter. And you get a substantial reward if you get 12 wins. I mean, then the reward is amazing, I admit. But you need at least 5 to 7 rewards in order to kind of win back your gold. Statistically speaking, that is not really that achievable, or let me say, it's certainly not guaranteed that you will get there. Even if you can make your own deck, and my Mid Shaman deck is definitely one of the top tier decks around. There are a lot of people in this Tavern Brawl that want to get good, and they all have big ass, strong, powerful decks. Tavern Brawl to me is a little bit of a casual game. I'm a casual player. I don't really want to have all the stress, what have you not. Besides, the packs that you earn are from the Whispers of the Old God expansion. I'd rather save up some money for extra packs in the mean streets of Gadgetzan. There are some extremely good cards in there, and, well, that is going to define the new meta, not Whispers of the Old God. I don't know if I can get 12 wins also today, because my internet has been going in and out and in and out, which means that I will randomly lose a game because my internet connection fails, and that of course I will not enjoy very much. Now, am I entirely against this and Tavern Brawl? No. Listen here, Tavern Brawl lasts a few days, and if Blizzard wants to experiment with a few things, this is the mode to do it in. But I find that this Heroic Tavern Brawl should actually have been Heroic Arena. It works exactly like Arena. You can go into matches, and even if you stop for a moment, you can come back later, and it should have been Heroic Arena. And I think that this is not casual enough for Tavern Brawl. I do understand that they do it there. It is experimental. It will only last a few days, but, well, it's just not for me. So what are we going to do today? Well, I still have a mission out there. Oh, sorry. A mission out there for playing Warlock cards. I have already achieved rank 14, but you know what? We can go a little bit further. And we are going to play today my Renolock deck. This deck. It is a deck that is all highly, it requires a high bit of technological know-how. Do I have that? I don't know, but I want to try out if I can improve myself. I am still on a win streak in casual, or sorry, in play mode, but I did that with my Shaman. So let us see here.
Your nightmare.
If this is indeed, if this is a zoo, then this will not help enough, and this will come too slow. But it will give me a lot of healing. But we will have no answers in the beginning. This we can't even use. The Harvest Golem. Power overwhelming. Not having the best of luck. And my turn.
Put this apple on your head.
Not entirely what I had hoped to see. It could definitely still be a Zoolock that we're facing.
Get it out!
Yeah, we do. We are facing a Zoolock.
Need a blessing?
As I already said today, I'm also not having the best of luck, so he's not really happy. The good thing about this currently, that its first iteration has 3 health, so it requires some damage from him from several sides in order to kill. But he is like, I don't give a hoot for what you do. Yeah, this is going to be very annoying.
magic shall not save you.
Let's silence that, and let's attack that. He's definitely going for a heavy face.
My shield for Argus.
We really need some defense here.
Fine, oh Sally.
That could get us an extra card, that could be useful. But getting an extra body would also be good. I will go for the extra body in this case.
Get in there and fight, Magnet.
And I will take out the 4 damage. And place another extra body. And Onyxia would be awesome, but I don't know if we can reach it. This we will never reach in time, so I think I'm gonna go with an acid break. Mortal coil, alright.
Let's show our guests a good time.
That should not be too much of a problem. But we need to be careful. Twisting Nether is still far off. How much damage does he have on board? 2, 4, 6, 9. So, current moment we will be dead. I would love to play Emperor Forson, but then we are dead on board, and that is just not acceptable. But if we play you, we don't have much else to gain. So I say we're going to go...
Eyes are open. Sever my wrath. Deal.
And then we'll do this. There's a Doomslayer. That is actually quite good. Oh, darn it. Power overwhelming.
Who dares summon me?
Yeah, well played. And we die. End of win streak. Versus a somewhat peculiar Zoolock because of the 1/1s, but I never seen Morose in there, but we just didn't have our board clears in time. Well, let's try another Renolock. Also, we never got really truly our dragons of we never got a taunt and stuff like that. We had a little bit of bad luck, as I already said I have in general today, so I'm not sure why I'm making the video.
Victory or death! Your soul shall be mine!
Siphon Soul way too early, you are too early. Power overwhelming could always be good. I hope at least I'm not facing yet another big ass aggressive deck, like the pirate deck. But we do now have a Twilight Drake, which could become pretty big. Yeah, we'll skip a turn. We'll skip a turn. This could be Control Warrior, though. And if it is Control Warrior, then this is going to be a very slow matchup. Yeah, this is most likely a Control Warrior. It's at least not an aggressive warrior. Could also be Cafoon, for instance, don't get me wrong, but... Don't know why my opponent hasn't clicked yet on the button to, well, give me my turn. Let's release some pressure. Let's add some acid to the acid pool and... Is it not there? Yeah, there it is. Boom. Oh, lost. Knew it was there somewhere.
I must choose.
Is my opponent gone? Or has he on purposely done this and taken a little loot break? Well, I think I'm just gonna go tap, because if I tap, I can get my Twilight Drake to really big heights. Considering it gains 1 health for each card that I own in my hand. And the only other play I have is to play out the Fairy Dragon, but there is no real reason to do so, so... Voila! And then next turn we will have 2, 4, 6, 8 in our hands. We will get a 9th card. This should be, I think, a 4-8, which is decent. If I coin it out, of course.
What now?
We may have other opportunities, other plays that we can make, but we'll have to see. I have the feeling my opponent has actually gone to the loo.
What now?
Lovely sound, isn't it? Oh, there are the spiders. Yeah, this is the board that I believe came out with Naxxramas. First a little bit unlucky, and now it seems like my opponent is just gone. Nope, there he is. Okay, he's back. Good. 2, 4, 6. You know what? Let's put the sticky minion on the board. Before we put the Twilight Drake. Because we also have several cards that require you to have a dragon in hand. Then again, we have the Fairy Dragon, of course. So, but this is a sticky minion. And I don't really want to use the coin just yet. Also because if I don't use the coin, the Twilight Drake will be have 1 extra health. So, I'm a-okay with this action. As I am with him getting out at least Starseeker, because, well, next turn when we hit, we could perhaps use Mortal Coil. I am going to go face with this, because I don't think he will hit, he might hit Elise in here and use an Execute. And then Elise will still be on the board, but then we still have Mortal Coil to finish her off. So I don't see the point in attacking her directly right now. But this is definitely a very slow match.
What now?
This is definitely Control Warrior, so we have to consider things like Tavern Brawl. Like Brawl, without the Tavern. We have to consider other possibilities, like Ravaging Ghoul, Revenge, Bash.
I wonder.
What are other cards? Slam. Cheap removal stuff. There you go. There is one of them. Oh, but that is a nice card to have. I cannot play it on an empty board though, which is a bit annoying. I could do Hellfire to remove both of them and have my Drake still there, but that means spending 4 mana and we don't really have anything else that requires it. So I'm just gonna play out the Giant. This may be a bad play though. But it is definitely a card that he needs to deal with. Shield Slam. Okay, we got one of his removals gone. Alright. Time for...
By the power of Renolock, I have the power!
Unfortunately, it's not hitting like incredibly good cards, Emperor Force on here, but at least it is another thing that he has to remove. He doesn't know what is in my hand, so he cannot afford himself to leave it on the board.
Take heart, young one. The Earth Mother is near.
Alright. There is Jiraxxus. Now, I really don't want to waste Emperor Force on. So I'm considering hitting that, healing it. I could also throw out Hellfire, but that doesn't still kill this big dude. So yeah, if we do this.
Eyes are open.
Now he isn't immediately dead to Cairn. And
Your magic shall not save you.
this silences Cairn, so another full 5 afterwards. There we go. And Jiraxxus is 8 mana. This is very... To Jiraxxus, you get a 6/6 for 2 mana. 10/10. Wow, that would have been even more overpowered. So yeah, doing the long game with Jiraxxus is very important. But he's clearly... Well, there's a second Shield Slam already. That is very good to see for us. We'll get rid of this.
My work is paramount. Leave me alone.
We'll get a board presence. Tap again. There is another dragon for us to play with. Which, well, we created in the episode where I opened up
Shall not fall.
all of our packs. And he has used all his shield slams, which is a very thing important to note. This is also awesome to see for us. The fact that he has... We could get rid of his Divine Shield by using Mortal Coil. We have enough cards in hand as it is anyways. So you know what? I'm okay with that.
Stop distracting me.
And... And there is another heal for us in the form of Alexstrasza. He is tanking up a lot though, so when it comes to fatigue, he seems to be doing well right now.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
Alright. Get rid of that.
Wield the power.
And now we most likely are going to invite ourselves a tavern brawl. And there is Reno for a big ass full heal. Yeah, he is building up a ton of armor. That is definitely true. But currently we have enough. And what's our cards? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We can have another card without it being problematic. We don't need any of our removals or what have you not here. The Fairy Dragon enables us to do anything we want, but... It's kind of early for Reno. Tap. Okay, we really don't need that, so we're going to waste our coin. So that we won't burn a card, but... There we go. There's no point in for me to keep the coin. Though it would have been nice perhaps with Alexstrasza coining out and hero power if I had already transformed into Jiraxxus, but... Right now I don't see the point.
What now?
Let the pain speak to me.
And what his main ability now is in order to, well, get rid of the danger is via Brawl. And... I don't want to work into... I won't want to give him a very valuable Brawl. That is basically what it comes down to.
Death to the pretenders.
So I guess we're actually going to Reno here. Which is a really early Reno. But this is removal which we don't need. We could Hellfire for damage, but that would be extremely wasteful. We could transform into Jiraxxus, we would lose 3 HP. We do have, well, the Reno is, let me think here, Reno is 12 hit points, so you know what?
We're gonna be rich. Almost out of time.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, we are good on cards, we're not gonna tap. And he still hasn't put out just a card True Heart, so he isn't tanking up. He isn't getting 4 armor turn, he's getting 2 armor turn. He has used a lot of his bashes, a lot of his slams, I think both of them on those accounts. He's used both shield slams. What he hasn't used is Brawl yet. So, although the last game we definitely lost, this is a very interesting game indeed. It is a very slow matchup where you have to consider fatiguing. He's 11 cards, I have 8 cards, so fatigue is against me at this moment. Definitely. And I could be playing this wrong with the fact that I am, well, more or less waiting on transforming into Jiraxxus, but let us give him a bit more of a board for Brawl. But I'm not gonna play out more than this. I am considering, for instance, Grom, which he might have, so that could be an instant 10 damage, which you still have to take care of. So that's why, for instance, I really don't want to get rid of Siphon Soul. I don't think that is useful.
I wonder.
And there is the Brawl. Not the best call to survive, but, oh, card survive. That is a way to heal, which we don't need, as strangely enough. Well, you know what?
I bring life.
15 damage to his face through his armor. All of a sudden, he is below my power, and he has used Brawl, and thus Alexstrasza isn't dead. Having an 8-8 on the board is pretty good. This is why I kind of waited on the Brawl, because also if he Brawls now, he can't do anything. There's only one creature on the board. If he throws out Jessica Trueheart, 6-3, and increase your hero power, we will definitely do Hellfire. So, knowing your opponent's deck, or at least knowing the standard way of how this deck is played, is pretty freaking awesome to know. He didn't play a darn thing, interestingly enough. No, because that will give him another card to play with, so for the Brawl. It will only be a disadvantage. Will I burn a card?
I will mourn.
That's at least 8 damage. Jiraxxus won't have any use. We don't really need Twisting Nether, but because we already have enough board control as it is.
So many possibilities.
Because as soon as I play another card, his Brawl will have a 50-50 of taking out Alexstrasza.
Almost out of time. I wonder.
I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to burn a card. I was considering, throwing out Hellfire, but that enables an Execute. So I don't think it is actually worthy. And there is the Execute anyways. But this at least cost him an extra card to do so.
My hand is too full.
That is not a problem that that card got burned.
Take your medicine.
There we go. Moreover, the advantage is that we have a 4 on the board. Did he use both his Ravaging Ghouls? Yes, he did. So you know what? Because I don't think he has a way to kill this unless he uses a Revenge, which is also one of his very powerful abilities. 2, 4, 6, 8. There is Bookworm. Rather would have seen that beforehand, but... And Bookworm requires us to have a Drake in hand, so which is why I really didn't want to have the Dragons go. A high technical game. I like that we are having this one. Unfortunately, on ladder, this is not like incredible what we're doing. There is Grom. Yes, indeed. Where are you? Siphon Soul. And Brand Brunsvier, but I think all our battle cries are already more or less taken care of, except a battle cry for extra card draw, which I really don't want to have happen. Still, it takes some care of his armor issues. So let's put it down, and it could be threatening. You can't destroy twice your hero with replacing it with Jiraxxus, so I think having Bran out, don't forget we have Power Overwhelming Shadow Flame combo. I could increase this to 6 attack, and then with Shadow Flame clear the board, so having a creature on the board is good. Now this won't stay alive, and this can't be targeted by spells, so more or less we had no other alternative, I think. There comes Revenge. Double Revenge! In order to get rid of Brand Brunsbeard.
I'm almost out of cards.
Yes, I am indeed. Well... what does he still have? It might be time for Jiraxxus, you see. Because of the hero power ability. Yeah, well, you know what? We're gonna do it.
Face Jiraxxus, Renolock, Lord of the Burning Legion.
Because we took care of Grom, and thus I don't think it is much of a problem to put out Jiraxxus.
That belongs in a museum.
Oh, that is bad for you, because you're just going to take out way too much fatigue power. Did you take that into account, dear esteemed opponents? Yes, I've lost all my weaponry, but you can't kill this guy right now. He took 3 fatigue damage. Alright, so he will take 4 fatigue damage next turn. He is dead.
I'm out of cards.
How is he dead? Well, 10-10, and he's going to take fatigue damage.
Well played. Oblivion.
Once upon a time.
And, well, there is Deathwing.
The end is coming!
Pass the turn, and he is dead. Would it be not right? But yeah, the end is coming for him. There was the Renolock winning with Jiraxxus. And that's how you can see then how, if you know your opponent's deck, you have a big ass chance to do a lot of good things. However, these matchups are slow, and well, if you go up against aggressive deck, well, you see what happens. If you don't pull the right cards out, it's gonna be problematic. But the new mean streets of Gadgetzan promise us a much better meta game for Highlander decks. Highlander decks being one of each card, which what a Renolock is. The fact of the matter is that, well, they're going to put in a few cards that give you very cheap taunts if the opponent has a lot of cards. For instance, that is second-rate Bruiser, I believe that his card is, and, well, Mistress of Potions or something like that, giving you health. So there are definitely going to be a few extra options for types of one-style card decks. This was awesome. This was the disadvantage of Renolock and the advantage of Renolock, with trying to, well, show you that actually this casual player is starting to get at least a little bit of an idea about what he's doing. I had to wait until Gromsh before I could play Jiraxxus. I did get the discount on him. I kept Forasan around for that. We Alexstrasza made sure that we did not put an extra creature on the board. You saw me throw away a coin on purpose, not playing it out just because I had the feeling I had to. That type of thinking, well, that requires experience. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments what I did wrong, because this is a high technological deck. I'm certain I have done something somewhere wrong. And otherwise, let me know if you like this type of decks as well. After all, this is the first time I ever showed you something like this. And this is what the format is going to be a bit more like in Season 3. Showing you off different decks, how they work, what they can do, and what have you not. I hope you enjoyed. And I say, thank you for watching, and remember, great peril, well, yields great beauty.